our Monday morning trading room. You have to bear with me here. My poor computer is lagging pretty badly here this morning. I tried closing a few of the extra programs I've got running in the background, but it's still playing a little bit of catch up. So bear with me as my charts keep loading. And just as we're done, we will get the road, as they say. I hope you had a nice weekend. Ours was very nice here in the Pacific Northwest. Too short, always too short. But we are at the end of the month, of course, is the July 4th holiday. And I do believe it falls midweek this week. So we're going to be taking that first week of July off, just because the markets are going to be all over the map. There's no point in trading. You're not going to be all right. So let's take a look here at the daily chart. You can see the market still very much in decline. Finished off the month of May on a bit of a flat note. We broke this initial support right here, and we suspected the market back down to the 7,000 zone, and lo and behold, that's where we are. What is likely to happen at this point, and we see this all the time on our other trading charts, is that we have this little bit of a trading range that has been broken now to the short side. Longer term perspective, we're going to look for the retest. We're going to look for the retest of this breakout. And then the market will flinch ever so slightly. And at that point, we've got the market in a bind. So we can throw a short order up here. We can throw in a buy order up here. And then the market will either continue lower and take out the lows, or it will reverse and go back into the top, or attempt to go into the top end of this trading range. That's longer term view of the whole. Take a look here at the Eagle now, kind of get a different perspective. So the pre-market seems quite bullish. The Globex Open here, the London Open, it has been in a nice little, I believe the market on 71.25, the gap to contend with for a change. Let's just give them a little while here to settle in. Kind of quiet for a Monday morning start. Okay, we got this back and forth going on. So what I would treat this as a bit of a side. Wait for the breakout, wait for the retest. Essentially just, tip its hand. Don't try to second. Okay, here comes a little bit of a bearish move now. It makes me wonder when the market goes sideways like this and we see this tiny little attempt to buy, whether I shouldn't already in case ordered a short in below here. It's still very early. You can see the Bollinger Suite is kind of bearish. Well, it was bearish. It's trying to get bullish again. Oh, it looks like we're going to produce a rule of 3 signal. There now the 2 counter trend signal. I guess I'd better get a stop loss order in play here. We'll look at taking profit. Okay, so what this was, it ended up developing into a rule as it was going on. The rule of 3 signal is your counter trend signal on the eagle. And what happens is you get the signals producing against the band. So we have a bullish band, and now we get sell signals. It's been a test of the extreme. That's the view that maybe the market's going to start unwinding the other way. So we saw the market enter the highs and fade, and the markets are and retesting support and resistance zones. So if it fails to take out the high, you have a pretty good idea it's going to try to breach the low. All right, here now we've had the test and retest to the short side. So if we can take out these lows, there's a pretty good chance the market will try to continue lower and maybe even get down here to our profit target. And I am using an eagle profit target, 10 full points here, 40 ticks. We did just kiss the swing target. There we go. So there's your swing target if you want it. I'm gonna bring my stops into break even now. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's get these. Oh, well, I don't need to roll my stops in any tighter. We hit the high probability profit target. Thank you very much. All right, well, if I were doing my trading quota, I do have just met my profit objective, and I did it on a single trade, and we're only 15 minutes away for me. Looks like we're trickling a little bit lower. So that initial bearishness or long-term bearishness holding on. Ooh, are they going to make me wish I had held on a little bit longer? We had a nice little cloud crossover signal. The same time we took that eagle trade. Look at that. We're below the primary support, so it's not unreasonable to move two support zones. There's support too. Oh, looks to me like they're going to try to get down there to around the 70-90 zone. Wow, I did ditch too early. Oh well. When you're trading single contracts, that's always a problem. And I'm of the opinion if you're trading single contracts, then you take profit on trade. Because most of the time, the market will not be trending. Most of the time, you're going to hit your profit objective and you're going to see the market react. And very often, take you out at break even. That is some wowie. I haven't checked the news sites, but that is a crazy move. If there's any denying, market is in a downtrend. Okay, a little bit of a pushback. We'll see as it gets back into the hard edge. The problem with this type of trade is not so much the direction, rather the stop. Hey, way to go, Ron. Ron says I grabbed 600 bucks on that move. Nicely done, Ron. Good morning, Eric. Well, good morning, Ray. At 10 a.m. Eastern, Fed Chair Powell speaks. Well, whatever. The market will do what the market will do. That doesn't seem like enough to send the market in a tailspin. I'm not on Twitter. Maybe President Trump has tweeted something. Or opportunity now on this number. Well, leave it alone for the moment. Like I say, the problem, stop placement, right? Stop is, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford to enter here and place my stop up here. And yet, it's so tempting. But if the market does recover back to this at least 7105 half line, I don't want to sweat a trade like that. I really don't. So I'll look for maybe a little bit of a better set. Maybe I'll even try a counter trend attempt, but that's kind of like stepping in front of a bus. This market has made a series maybe a short-term move, back here to the 70-90 zone. We did have a number 2 signal here to buy that I'm a little bit late on. I don't want to go a follow-up signal on the Falcon and the first micro-macro cross on the Hawk, which has hit its profit objective. We are in the hard edge, though. I'm not going to I shouldn't press my luck. Okay, we got a second push opportunity on this buy signal. So anytime you're and a second push is not a bad idea. All that means is we allow the signal to engage, we see where it reacts, and then we use that level as our intended entry. And you can see that as now the market is retreating. We've kind of nixed the buying opportunity. Okay, so here now we have the number one signal to short. And I'm going to get my stops out of. Okay, I can bring my stops back in. And what I'm looking for now is just a quick little move, hopefully down here toward the lows. If we can get about to 3/4 of the way to the profit target, I will roll to break even. Come on, give me that next little push lower. All right, I'll take break even. In case they push back off of these lows, yeah, all right. This is a pretty significant where the buyers dug in before. So it's not unreasonable to expect the buyers to push back again. That's why I was a little bit quicker with the stop. Had I left my stop back here, there is a chance, see on this little test, I did not take in the heat. We're waffling, kind of winding up into a bit of range again. See how we have this. Okay, well, I'm wondering if this is the the retest now of this zone. If you wanted to be a little aggressive on the trade, you could actually look to buy the market if high. You can see we kind of have a double tap on the highs there. Yeah, I think we can cancel that now. So here's the breakout to the short side, looking for at least one bar up, ideally two, but I'll take one. It seems to be a fast moving market here today. Oh dear, waited too long. Okay, you can see a big retest. Wow, we're getting some monster ranges here. Well, you know, when the market starts moving really fast, I'm not really keen to get into it, but we do have it bracketed. You could look to see, we've had our reaction. We're getting our retest. See how we're getting the retest here? So you could short the market if it continued below. We've got a retest point. If it continues above resistance zone. Look at that. Right on the number. Okay, well, we're short. Let's see if it will go down here to the next one. That would be a monster move. Okay, we've hit our high target for a swing trade. We are about to hit our high probability target for an eagle trade. There it goes right there. So I think I'm going to try to save at least that much. No, go away. Shoo. There we go. Get going. Come on, take out that low. Oh, they're going to tag me. Yeah, you don't get away with that 3 times. I got away with it twice. I knew I wasn't going to get away with it the 3rd time. But, you know, that's okay. We're all different as traders. We all have our ouch point, you know, where you get a certain amount of profit on the table that you just don't want to see the market take away. Well, we hit that ouch point for me. When it starts to get about $200 to the good, I don't like to leave that much money on the table. $50, okay, I'll play with from time to time, but no, 200, thank you very much. And you can see why. Here we come in with the big pullback. And you can see the trail of stop, move lower. I would have done better, profit on target, eagle target, and then reversed about a couple of ticks afterwards. So I would have done better had I just taken my profit on target. Okay, so we got a little bit of sideways congestion going on here again. You can see that we're kind of shifting here from modes. We're in scalp mode, even though we had, a pretty big move back here. You can see how often the market starts to pull back against itself. That's kind of characteristic of scalp mode. All right, we're getting a bit of a trend change going on here. We're getting a bit of a trend change. Do I dare? Do I dare try to buy into a market that is in an obvious decline? You know, at this point, if it wasn't for the trading room, successful trades, two very successful trades, not just our swing target, but even our trend target, honestly, my day would be done. Too many times people keep in, oh, you should leave well enough alone. There's all these and little sayings that we have, you know, like bird in the hand and all this kind of stuff. There's a reason people say things like that. And because it's so easy. Anybody who's been trading for a while knows you can easily make that $300 or $400 or $500 profit disappear with one bad trade. So you either want to be very sure that the market is heading your direction, or just pack up your toys and come back tomorrow. Yeah, like Keith says, so true. We get stars in our eyes and we think we're rock stars, and there's nothing like trading. Trading and golf, favorite things, and both of them can humble you in an instant. All right. Well, they're thinking about it. You can see the eagle has gotten bullish, the raptor bullish, the falcon and hawk of the curve here turn bullish. I suspect what we're going to see is a bigger retest of this low. You can see we're kind of back here at the top end. This was the trading range that we broke out earlier, right back here. We retested. This is where we tried to sell it again. Now we're back here retesting one more time. I suspect there'll be a little bit of a pushback from here. Nice thing about the mean Renko bars is that you can usually see where the buyers and sellers decide to get involved. Well, we got some sellers involved at this point. There's every reason to try it again. The ones that missed this the first time, they're going to say, oh, look, the market's back at 70.60. I get a chance to short it again. And why not? It was good enough to sell before. Why would it to sell again? So what I would suspect is a little bit of a downturn here, a retest of this low. Problem is I can't get a good feel for how low it will go. And by that, I mean there's no real way to get a good feel for it. There'll be traders throwing fib levels on here, and they'll be forecasting, say, 70, 44, 45 as a retrace. We have our support and resistance suite. I could turn to that. could say, well, look at that. We've got a line at 70.42. Trace. Then there's the big trend to consider. Maybe it won't just be a minor pushback. Maybe the market will try to resume the trend at this point. That's a consideration as well. One thing that I can get a feel for though is as the market comes down here now on this retest. All right, class, let's see who's been paying attention. As the market comes down here on this retest, what can I do? What can I prepare for? I'll give you a hint. I'm talking about placing an order. What can I do now that the market is retest? Didn't you used to hate this when the teacher would do this to you? Just tell me the answer, teach. No, I want to see if you've been paying attention. I'm here for your benefit, not for mine. Yeah, there you go. Way to go, Jeff. Jeff says we can do an OCO order. At the very least, we know where the top end is, right? We can throw in a buy order. We could park our short order down here. It's a little ways away, but let's say the market stuck and the bottom fell out. We could have a just in case order to short, but I would be very interested in a buy order. If this retest fails, the market fails to resume the downtrend, and there's every reason the sellers are done and the market could go higher. So at the very least, I can park my buy order. Gold star for Jeff. I'm high-fiving you, Jeff. Go ahead, high-five your computer screen. Just don't knock it off the desk. Now, we should get some follow-up orders here. The Falcon's a little conflicted. I thought we were going to get a sell order here on the Falcon, but the changed green again, and we almost got a sell order here in the Raptor as well. Now this trend, I would not get crazy on the profit. We're going to get in 76, look to grab 5 ticks. That would put us at 70.69 half. Come on, half. There we go. Okay, at this point, I need to get my exit order in play. I could be using my trade calculator as well, but I've already got my profit, or pardon me, my buy order sitting here. All right, let's see what we can do. If we can get up there, get our 5. Come on, let's stinkers. Come on. Wanted to get that to break even on this next rally bar. If I can get it, I'll take there we go. I'll take the trade to break even. No, get up there. I almost kissed the profit target. They got 3/4 of the way there. So there we go. Kicking back from the halfway mark. Scoundrels. I wasn't prepared to give that trade too much room because of the very strong downtrend, but I do think it could sneak up there to the 70-70 zone. Like I said, I was just chickening out here a little bit. Did not want to suck up a loss. All right, well, we're getting another one signal here. Well, we had the number one signal, sorry, the number three signal. That's what it is. It's a hard edge bound. We're going to come into with the Bollinger. So what I could use as my entry point, essentially anticipate push on the entry and adjust my profit order a little bit. You know, like I said, folks, I'm just out now. If I were trading for real and a couple of trades under my belt, I would not be trading any longer. The market does have a tendency to get a little bit wonky. We see, like, look at all the signals we're starting to produce now. And what's happening is we're encountering some of these previous resistance areas. Price swings, because market did turn down 70. I don't know if you remember that, but it did turn down morning from 70. As we get closer to these zones, we're gonna be attracting more sellers. So you know what? I'm actually we're backing off somewhere along here to pick up the interest of the sellers again, and they're going to try to resume that downtrend. Remember, trend trumps all. When you look at this chart, what direction is it? Is going down. It takes this little pause, this little breath, and then all this is a larger break in the action. And there's every reason to believe that even though we've recently had this rally up for the last 20 minutes or so, there's every reason to believe that they will try to resume that downtrend. And besides, like I said, they introduce too many signals. They're really starting to struggle now. Our hawk, oh, actually, that was not a bad run, but more recently here, we're starting to introduce a lot of signals, not as much follow through. The Falcon trying to get short. So funny thing is, we're supposed to be in trend mode, hit a bit of a sideways skid. Okay. Okay, getting a little bit of a pushback now. Getting a nice little bull push. I can't help but think the sellers are playing possum, though, and they're gonna just try to whack us one. All right, well, if our this now is our just in case order to buy, just in case the bulls are actually stronger. All right, well, here we go. I better get my other orders in play. Stop loss, muy importante. So we'll do the stop loss first. And since we're kind of winding down here, why don't we swing for the fences and go for an eagle target? There we, a little bit too high. Where 80s. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can push on through here. Come on. Play nice. You see, the higher we get, the more to encourage selling. So if I can get a bull bar here, I'm going to start to roll my stops up. In fact, I'm going to get this ready. There we go. Got the bull bar. Take the stop to break even. I don't feel like giving the buyers too much room on this trade. Bull bar for bar. In fact, we're going to squeeze it pretty hard here. Get ready on the next one. Yeah, That's all right. Took a little bit out of that move. Like I said, we're getting to the point where as we inch higher, going to try to knock us back down, and I just don't want to give it back. Silly me. All right, gang. I'm afraid I've got head back into the city today, so we're going to close up the room a little bit earlier. Tomorrow, things will be back to normal um, for time-wise. If you're going to continue trading today, I still believe that I walked away from it. I don't know where. I can't expect at least one more bearish move lower. All right, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Be careful. We'll see you then. Bye for now.